Hey Food Slayers, it's me, Michelle from foodslaying.com. I'm so excited because this week is the launch of season 3. Yay! It's the third season of Food Slaying podcast, and I'm so excited because this season I'm doing a couple of things that are a little bit different, and I really hope you tune in. I'm so excited because I've just crossed the 2,500 download mark, and I'm just super stoked. I'm so grateful. Thank you for listening in. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. 2,500 people have listened to this podcast since I started it in March. And maybe that doesn't sound like a big number to you, but I'm super excited about it. And I'm just so grateful for everybody who's listening in all over the world. Thank you so much for your listening support, and I'm super excited to launch season 3 this Friday because we're going to be talking to some interesting things and covering some interesting topics this season. So one of the things that we're going to be doing this season is we're doing a little bit of a short format podcast called Amuse Bouche. And if you've ever been to a fancy restaurant, then you know that an Amuse Bouche is like an appetizer, but it's the chef's selection. And since I have a chef background and I'm very familiar with the restaurant industry and I'm doing a podcast on food, I'm going to give you some Amuse Bouche style podcasts. And they're going to be short format so that you can just listen to them on the fly. You don't have to spend a lot of time. And they're going to be one topic, one solution. So the first episode, we're going to be talking to a health practitioner. And she's amazing. We're talking about inflammation. And I may break that episode up into 2 parts because it is a long one. It's about 45 minutes. So I might break it up into 2 smaller pieces, I'm not sure. Or I may just keep it a full episode. But you'll have to see. Just remember to go to foodslaying.com. Sign up for the newsletter so that you get updates on what's happening with the podcast and the episodes. And this season, we're also going to be talking to an oncologist who is going to be talking about plant-based eating and cancer. We're also going to be talking to another doctor who's going to talk about vitamin D and coronavirus. And so there's a couple of really interesting things that are happening on the interview side. But on the ingredients side, we're going to stick to some food ingredients that maybe I touched on a little bit last season, but I want to kind of just highlight a little bit this season, specifically beans, because a lot of vegetarians eat beans. And if you were listening to or watching my videos here on YouTube, then you know that I covered chickpeas and hummus. And so if you didn't watch that video, make sure you watch that video. I'll put a link in the description. Plus, I'll also give you a card up there. Or maybe it's going to be up there. I can't remember. But anyway, you can watch that video and learn a little bit more about that. I also linked a recipe for an alternative for hummus, for zucchini hummus. It is summer. Most of us who are growing zucchini, we can't even give it away when we have such abundance. So here's a recipe that you can use to make some delicious hummus as an alternative to chickpeas. And it's really delicious. It's a recipe that I developed like 10 years ago. So there's that. The other thing that I wanted to just mention is that this season, since we've gotten over the 2,500 downloads mark, I really want to do a promotion. So I'm going to put a link for a survey in the description, and I want you to tell me what kind of giveaway should I do? Just let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want so that I can thank you for listening in. And that's really it. Remember to listen in this Friday on foodslaying.com. Sign up for the newsletter there. You can support this show by becoming a patron on Patreon. I do have a Patreon page, and I'm doing some revamping of that just to make it just really valuable for those of you who do want to support this show and become a patron on Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/foodslaying. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel. That's another way you can support the show. You can make a one-time donation on foodslaying.com. You can also go to foodslaying.com/wildcraft because I have been promoting some online classes to help those of us who want to start growing our own food, who don't have all the tools, or maybe even take a course on Home Medicine 101 through and with Marjorie Wildcraft. And if you didn't listen to that interview, that was the season 2 finale. You should definitely go listen to that because she's amazing and she shared some really, really great information. So I want to just forward you over to foodslane.com to listen to that. So, all that said, remember to eat clean, eat healthy, and love your food. And I'll see you on the other side of the plate. And don't forget to listen in this Friday. Season 3 opener is going to be a good one. See you on the other side of the plate. Ciao.